This guy says he'd love to hear a discussion on BLM, going back to the Black Panthers, Saul Alinsky, and the Weather Underground. I mean, do you know anything about the history of BLM, or have you looked into much of that?
Just what I've read in the papers, to be honest. I haven't conducted an investigation. I mean, what was the first Black nationalist group? I guess it was the Black Panthers. And they were kind of a fun group in a way. Actually, one of my best friends, who was Goldwater's speechwriter, who, among the other things he did, coined the phrase extremism in the defense of liberty is no vice, moderation in the face of is no virtue. What was this? It was a very well-turned phrase. That was Karl Hess. And he was the only white member of the Black Panther Party, believe it or not, because Karl liked to look at the positive side of things. Incidentally, if you want to research Karl Hess, he did an interview, a Playboy interview back in the 60s, which was just spectacular. One of the most famous interviews they ever did. So anyway, but other than through Karl, I don't have any direct, who was a white guy, incidentally, of course. I don't have any direct exposure to either the Black Panthers or the BLM, but everything I hear these BLM people saying and everything that I've seen them do, which is, I guess I can believe when I see a camera on them, and they seem like just horrible, destructive, bent people. Yeah, Black Lives Matter. Okay, all lives matter, but they won't let you say all lives matter. And why bother saying all lives matter anyway? That's kind of like a tautology. It's kind of obvious, it seems to me. So these people are just horrible and destructive. That's where they are. And they're good buddies with the Antifa guys, you know, who basically appear to be hardline communists, which is kind of an anachronism. It's been said correctly, there are more communists in American universities than there are in all of Russia today. I think that's actually accurate.
Interesting. So what do you think are the motivations? So the leadership, at least at BLM, you say, you know, it's pretty clear their agenda, because they published it on their website, you know, it was like they're totally against, it's a Marxist organization. But the people that are like, why do you think so many people have gotten swept up in it who probably don't even understand that really those are the objectives of the organization? Why do you think it's become so popular, and why it's
because they have no moral core, because they're incapable of critical thought, because they've been indoctrinated by all kinds of Marxist concepts, probably from grade school up, forget about going to college. So, you know, I mean, it's a sick and destructive organization. It has no redeeming qualities whatsoever, either BLM or Antifa. So, no, you shouldn't roll over and say, oh yeah, yeah, Black Lives Matter when they rap on your windshield and ask you to say Black Lives Matter. I'm not going to say Black Lives don't matter. So it's like, do you believe Black Lives Matter? Okay, when did you stop beating your wife? So, you know, these stupid rhetorical questions. It's a sign of the times, but I don't think these people are going to go away. If Biden wins and the Democrats that control him win, they're going to become much more powerful. They're going to be put into positions of power, and if Trump wins, they're going to go hog wild and try to foment a civil war. And there'll be organizations like them that'll come up too. So